Hey everyone, BigView75 here. It's time for our Breaking Bad and Low Winter Sun recap of the week. Last week's episode of Breaking Bad was called Confessions, and it was the third episode of the final 8 episodes. Low Winter Sun also had its third episode of its season. Don't remember the title, so let's get started. First off, Breaking Bad. First, I'm going to pinpoint the keynotes that happen and then go into detail. First, Walt and Skyler devise a very secretive and cool and shocking plan to get Hank and Marie off their tail. Um, Hank tries talking to Jesse about spilling about Walt and his drug operation. Um, Walt and Saul try and get Jesse to leave town, start a new life, and at that point, Jesse is about fed up with being used by Walt and being manipulated in everything that Walt's ever done. And yeah, I really like this episode. This one really had a lot of OMG moments, and this one is by far my favorite of the entire final season. I know it's probably going to get better, but I mean, these episodes just keep getting better and better. I mean, first one, it was all good, and then when they ended at the fact that we found out Hank knew who Walt was, and Walt found out that Hank knew. That was the big shocker. But otherwise, the rest of the episodes is kind of like, okay, let's fill the space with good stuff. Not that it was bad; it was just starter. Second episode just got even better, more excitement, more surprises and shocks and stuff. And this episode just, oh my gosh, threw it all in your face, and it was perfect. So let's start with Walt's confession. Um, Walt and Skyler decide in order that since Hank and Marie will not leave them alone, and they will not stop until they find proof that Walt is Heisenberg, they devise a very, forgot what I was going to say. They come up with a plan to get rid of them, and basically it is making a video or a confession, which is basically one giant lie that Hank forced Walt into the drug operation and threatened to kill his family and was in it uh, with Gus, and that Walt was being manipulated the entire time. And the thing was, everything was a lie, but everything was also true. I mean, most of it was true. Most of it was a lie, but there is just enough information in there to make it true. So it was perfect. And I think at that point, Marie and Hank thought we are screwed. So I think now that they're kind of thinking, yeah, we can't go in with this now with this information out there. And then after that, uh, Saul and Walt decide that they need to get Jesse out, unless the cops come after him and spill about Walt, and he kind of realized that, okay, this isn't about me getting away or making a better life. This is about Walt and getting his way out and cleaning up for his mess, and we find out that Jesse knows that Mike died because of Walt, and honestly I thought he knew that from the end of season 5A, but I guess he didn't, and yeah, so that was pretty shocking. That was a big OMG moment. Um, and so Jesse decides, okay, I'll leave town for a fresh new life and all. And that's the thing that I predicted this would be used, and it wasn't for Walt, however, but it was for Jesse. And he called and made it happen, and Jesse gets his cigarette taken, the rice and cigarette taken away, and he I don't know exactly what happened there, but something clicked in his mind, and he kind of realized what's been going on all along, how he's been manipulated by occasionally Saul and most of the time Walt, and he just completely loses it. I mean, if you saw the episode, it ends with Jesse at the White House, with a with gasoline, and he's pouring it all over the floor. So you can tell what might happen next. I mean, the next episode is supposed to be about them taking a staycation or somewhere. So I'm assuming their house is going to get some damage. Just, assuming whatever. But that was a big, just OMG episode. It kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time, and every episode keeps getting better and better, making me want more and more. And, excuse me, now more than ever, I want more. This episode was great. I loved it. One of my favorites so far of the three. We currently have 5 episodes left of final season of Breaking Bad. 5 episodes left until it all ends. It's crazy. It's gonna happen. Alright, now on to Low Winter Sun. Now, I've been telling you that in my opinion, Low Winter Sun has been kind of slow, doesn't have a lot of humor. It's, not getting as much hype as Breaking Bad, and not exactly becoming the replacement for Breaking Bad that the AMC wanted it to be. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But, I do know that last night's episode just took everything up to the next level. I mean, there was a lot. Things actually started to move forward, and you actually started to get worried about these two characters in Murder the Cop. Things were really starting to sizzle. I'll say that. First off, we find out that Frank and Joe, those are their names, I guess. There was a witness that saw them do the crime and kill Brennan, and he doesn't know it's them, but he knows he saw 2 guys, and they are considered the 2 main suspects, and they need to be found. And of course, they got to cover it up, and their plan is to drag them as far away from them grab the police and the cops and all as far away from them as possible, so that the case will go cold. Well, that's not really going to happen if someone knows that those 2 were there, and that really drove the episode last night. It just really got me engaged and excited for it, and wow. And then, of course, the gangbanger couple, they got their drug and prostitute business going, so that's hunky-dory for them. I don't understand what they have to provide for the plot. I mean, I guess in a way I do, but I don't know. It's weird. Let's see. What else happened with that episode last night? We find out that Frank's girlfriend might be alive. Some reason he went into Canada, I think. I don't know. Me and my dad saw different things, so it's kind of hard to follow since there's not a lot of humor in this show. But I've come to realize that maybe this isn't the type of show that necessarily needs humor, and it's not necessarily that type of show that's intentionally trying to replace Breaking Bad. You can't replace Breaking Bad, but this show is definitely a welcomed addition to the AMC family with their shows like Mad Men and Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead. I'm still liking the show. I mean, I've understood that not every show needs humor to be a good drama show. I mean, Mad Men and Breaking Bad just so happen to have humor in them, and that's what makes them good. But this show is a legit drama, and it needs to stay that way. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's good stuff. So that is my Breaking Bad and Low Winter Sun recap. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We are 3 episodes into the final 8 episodes of Breaking Bad, and we have 5 episodes left until it all ends. And I've also found out that Lone Winter Sun has 8 episodes as well, so it'll probably end about the same time as Breaking Bad. So I expect those two shows to conclude at the same time, and that'll probably be my last recap. But we still got 5 recaps to go, so keep pushing for more. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Be sure to check out my other videos. I just recently posted a video about my opinion on Ben Affleck being casted as Batman in Man of Steel 2, and the possibility of Breaking Bad star Bryan Cranston being in Man of Steel 2 as Lex Luthor. That's not confirmed yet. I don't know if it's true or not, but you just go and check it out to see what my opinion is, and hope you guys agree or disagree, or whatever you want. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. God bless, and talk to you later.